Kevin Rundlett. Today we are going to be talking about workers' compensation issues as we do in all of these videos. But the question that we're going to answer today is, where should you file your case? First of all, if the case or the injury happened in the state of Mississippi, if your employer is in Mississippi, then most likely the case is going to be in Mississippi and there's not a question. But this often comes up in situations where maybe the person lives in Mississippi, their employer could be in Tennessee, but their injury occurred in Georgia. And it really does happen that way sometimes. So the question is, where can I file the claim and where should I file the claim? It's a question of jurisdiction. So in workers' comp, as long as you file in the place either where the injury happened or where the employer is stationed, basically, or where you sign the contract of employment, you can file the case in any of those jurisdictions. You can file the case in all of those jurisdictions. But if you file a case in multiple jurisdictions, you're not able to collect the total sum added up cumulatively from all those jurisdictions. They will offset in the end. So it's not usually beneficial to do that, but you will need to talk to your attorney. So why would we sometimes consider filing a case where you live as opposed to where the injury happened, or why would we do it vice versa? Well, oftentimes you need to check and see what the benefits are in each state, because sometimes you would be far better off as far as the temporary benefits go that they'll pay you weekly to file in another state if that state is a proper jurisdiction. These are things that an attorney can look into for you and give you advice on to make sure you make the best decision. We do find that even if the benefits are close, maybe a little bit more in another proper jurisdiction, sometimes it's better to file where you live just because things go more smoothly. Usually the adjuster will be local to that area. You or the attorney will be familiar with the doctors and the physicians in the area, and things seem to go a little bit more smoothly. However, if there is a big discrepancy in benefits and you're going to be if you will be much, let me correct that.
I felt like however might be good fun.
However, if we find that the benefits in an alternate jurisdiction are much higher, it really may be better for you to do it that way. These are things that your attorney's got to look into. There's different scenarios. This gets a little more complicated, but just remember that the jurisdiction for where you should file your case or where you can file your case is either where you were injured, where you signed your employment contract, or where your employer is located. So I hope that helps. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos. Let us know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day.